Inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you're nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. I'm making future memories every day with Verzenio. Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
The spring savings event continues at Ford Lincoln of Morgantown, where all remaining in-stock 23 Ford models must go. Get 1.9% APR for 72 months on all remaining new 23 Ford F-150s in stock. And with a Ford Finance rebate, take up to $46.49 off MSRP on a new 23 Ford F-150. Even get 0% APR on most other models like the 24 Edge and 23 Bronco Sport, Explorer, Escape, and more. Hurry while the season is best. Go to FordMorgantown.com and see what sets us apart.
Once he crossed that border, there was certainly a cushion there. He wasn't being chased. You can't just run down and go down and get someone or find them or take our fugitive hunt down.
April 2000. Serna's family is having legal problems back in Colorado. He decides he has to go back. Within a few days of his arrival in Denver, rumors spread that he's back in town. He hides out with fellow gang members.
We did a surveillance operation in Denver, utilizing the resources that we had there. We had SWAT team available. We set up a perimeter. We did determine that he was inside the residence. He was spooked, and he jumped over a back fence. He jumped over the back fence before we were able to put all our resources in place, and so we had a foot chase. And he finally jumped out onto a street, over a fence, right into the arms of the Denver SWAT team.
After 6 months on the run, Serna is cornered and captured. While Serna is thrown behind bars, Martinez is existing in a state of squalor. He's living in a small shack with no running water or electricity, and he misses the comforts he had in Colorado. He decides to resort to what he knows best.
Selling drugs was the only life I knew, the only way to gain money on. That's what I did since I was 13 years old. Working, you don't get paid enough down there. You can live, but you just don't live luxury. Working an honest job wasn't going to do it. I just quit the job all the way because I wake up at 8 in the morning.
April 2000. Martinez starts out small, dealing drugs at Barrett clubs to American college students.
So there was a lot of partying going on. A lot of partying, strip clubs, women, blowing money, spending it at Jamaica. And it just led to bigger things.
Over time, Martinez escalates his drug trade, but he's dealing in a game where the stakes are unforgiving.
It's a very violent world, and basically the punishment for losing a load of drugs, or if you're suspected of losing them, is death. And people are murdered, they're beheaded, they're burned, they're put in barrels full of acid, their fingers are chopped off. The tortures are just unimaginable. And a lot of people are just picked up off the streets and disappeared, and then they're never heard from again.
As Martinez's drug dealing grows, so do his connections with the local police.
The police involved in the drug game also. I've partied with these guys, you know. I've even known their wives, their families. I could buy a car off of a lieutenant or whatever, a high rank. And he'll, on the back of the car, he'll sign and say, "This is my nephew and my cousin. If you arrest him, please call me or let him go." So to get out of jail free card.
Those kind of connections are critical to surviving in Mexico if you're engaged in illegal activity or fleeing the law. That meant he could circulate freely, as if he were a Mexican citizen, as if he were not a wanted criminal. He could live a normal life, because if he got into any trouble, he'd just flash his card.
After a couple of months selling drugs in the streets, Martinez gets tapped by a major drug dealer to start running marijuana over the border. He's now pulling in $60,000 a week.
You pretty much send him at least 200 pounds in the car on a weekly basis. Sometimes some fall, some don't make it. Sometimes they get caught. And so you take losses.
December 2000. After a year on the run, Martinez decides to cross the border with a female friend and her family. They're heading into El Paso to get dinner. But Martinez only has Mexican papers. He's hoping to get across with just his English speaking skills.
We get up to the line, and I'm nervous because at the same time I'm thinking, man, my freedom is on the line. You know, I'm trying to cross with these girls just to cross for really no reason.
They pull up to the U.S. border, and the officer asks for Martinez's ID. Martinez states that he's an American and the son of one of the women in the car. He explains that they were in Juarez to eat dinner and were returning home. The Border Patrol agent doesn't buy it.
He says, well, I can't let you cross. He takes me off the car and he grabs me by my arm. As soon as the door closed, or I heard the closing of the door, my mind right away snapped to my survival mode. I'm looking at the roof, I'm looking at everything, I'm trying to find a way out of that door. And I'm trying to avoid that fingerprint machine because once they fingerprint me, I know it's all going to come up.
He's taken straight to the fingerprint scanner.
So I was going to do whatever it took. It wasn't going to deserve what I was planning on doing to him, but I needed to get out of it by all means.
Oh, no, I know exactly.
I know I can't let my stuff get fingerprinted. So I tell him, hey, officer, I need to use the bathroom. He says, well, you can't hold it? I said, I got to use number 2. I already had to go before we came. I said, I can't hold it. I need to go for it.
The Border Patrol officer agrees to let Martinez use the outdoor bathroom.
As soon as he pressed that code on that door and it opens, it's got a relief, and I just knew I had to fight now. You know, I'm going to have to hit this guy and leave way free to run.
Martinez has talked his way out of the holding area, but now he has to make a desperate move to stay on the run.
This is Carl. He never really thought much of his credit scores. Well, until he got Credit Karma and used his scores to move on up. By putting in the work to improve his scores, he got access to a better credit card. And that sofa she liked. Ooh, was that Saffron Sunrise? And when it came time to buy a home of his own, Credit Karma helped him take things to the next level. Just in time. Intuit Credit Karma. Download the Money app where your hard work pays off.
It's in a precision. The attention to detail of a confidence that creates a timeless look. Like Diamond Cuts Barbershop, Freedom Kia of Morgantown is not only committed to timeless design, but also fair pricing, excellent sales, and service with no hidden fees. Right now, current Kia owners save $2,750 on any in-stock 2024 Kia Sorento. Wherever it is you're going, arrive with confidence and arrive in style. Visit Freedom Kia today, right off exit 153 on I-79 in Morgantown. You aren't made for moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, but number 1 prescribed Entyvio is. It's the most prescribed biologic for Crohn's and UC. In clinical trials, Entyvio helped many people achieve long-term relief and remission. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. Although unlikely, a risk of PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Liver problems can occur. Ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio, the treatment prescribed to more people with Crohn's and UC than any other biologic. Entyvio.
With US Cellular Prepaid, you're always connected to the people who matter most, even in the most hard-to-reach places. Get nationwide 5G coverage, starting at $25 a month with 2 gigabytes of data. US Cellular Prepaid, available at Walmart.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the cold one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose Cherry.
Look, things may seem fine out there, but you need to watch out for diseases. I'll be okay.
Does this look okay?
No, I don't want to protect myself. With the new Scott's Healthy Plus Lawn Food. It's the only product that prevents 27 diseases whilst feeding you grass to help keep your lawn healthy this season. Want me to show you how to put it on? I think I might use a spreader.
Pick up a bag of the new Scott's Turf Builder Healthy Plus Lawn Food today.
Feed it all. Feed it.
What the is Orange Theory? It's like having a personal trainer in a group setting, but it's better experience than Explain. Look now. Get your first class free.
Gonzalo Martinez is on the run after escaping from prison. But he's risking it all to try and cross the Mexican border into El Paso.
Oh, man, I know that.
Martinez is quick on his feet and tells the Border Patrol agent that he has to use the bathroom. It's just the break he needs.
Hit his hand and he lets loose, and I just take off running back across the border. I'm running back to Mexico. And so he's chasing me and yelling at me, and I'm on the wrong side running the wrong way. So everybody was walking towards me, and I'm running that way and dodging everybody.
Martinez is worried that the U.S. Border Patrol has alerted Mexican officials that he's coming across. He takes desperate action to blend into the crowd.
I see this lady walking. She has a newborn in her hands. And so I tell the lady, hey, lady, check this out. I need your help. They're chasing me. Police are chasing me. I just need you to help. Walk me across the border. I grab her baby out of her hands.
1 sec, okay? All right, 1 sec. I ain't gonna hurt, I swear.
Okay.
He hopes the woman and her baby provide enough cover. Martinez makes it to a stairwell that leads down to Juarez and away from Mexican authorities.
I catch that stairwell and I'm into Juarez. I'm free. The lady's still behind me crying. Give her baby and give her $20. Tell her thank you. Just tell me crazy.
Once he's safely back in Juarez, Martinez decides to up the stakes. He starts expanding his drug running operation.
I think he was smart. I think he was tough. I think he was experienced. And I think he was willing to take risks. And he was perhaps lucky in many cases because it is a dangerous activity. It sounds like Mr. Martinez was at the middle levels, doing extremely well very quickly and moving up in the drug world.
As the cash rolls in, Martinez starts buying cars and houses. But with the boost in his drug trade comes the danger of Mexico's drug cartels.
There's drug wars. You know, everybody's competing, so death is always a factor and always in the blink of an eye.
While Martinez lives the fast life in Juarez, the Colorado Department of Corrections is waiting for an opportunity to strike. They know right where Martinez is, but they can't do anything about it.
It's the most frustrating thing in the world. Once you know someone has gone across the border into Mexico and you really can't touch them. There's just no way other than waiting for the Mexican authorities to act.
Martinez routinely pays off Mexican authorities, and he's living a drug kingpin's life. But it's not a cure for home.
The whole time that I was out there living, I was empty inside. The whole reason why I escaped was to be with my family and I didn't have it. I was lonely. Everything that I wanted, I couldn't have. And everything that I had was just material stuff.
March 2001. After 16 months on the run, Martinez's desire to see his family outweighs his fear of getting caught. At the border, he prepares for the crossing.
I dress it up real nice as a regular guy, you know, some slacks, dress up, dress shoes. It was like probably about 11 at night. And my lady walked me halfway. She was crying the whole time. She told me don't do it. Don't go back.
Martinez still doesn't have American identification. He approaches the Border Patrol station.
I tell her, ma'am, I just got robbed by some guys down here in Mexico. They took my wallet. They took everything. I don't have no identification. I said, I'm out at a party and my parents, my family don't even know that I'm out here.
The agent is suspicious. She calls her supervisor and brings Martinez into a holding area. The same holding area that held him captive 3 months ago.
They sit me in front of the desk. The fingerprint machine is there. And then a lot more guards start coming and they get behind me. They start saying, is this the runner? Is this the runner? And I'm like, the runner? I'm like, what are you talking about? They see my tattoo. And they tell me, that looks like a jailhouse tattoo. You've been locked up. And I tell them, no. What gang are you from? I said, I don't belong to any gang.
The agents don't believe Martinez's story.
And they tell me, no, those are jailhouse tattoos. So I'm explaining to them that they're not. They said, well, we want to fingerprint you. There's no way out of it. So at that point, I said, I'm done.
Martinez is detained and surrounded by border agents. And now they are running his fingerprints. If they find a match, his life on the run is over.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose Chet.
These clouds create the purest rain on earth. It falls on a remote tropical island in search of nature's best filter. From ancient volcanic rock, it's not just water, it's pure water.
We reached a settlement with First Energy, and everybody's solar system will keep getting 1-to-1 credits on their bill through the year 2050. So if you're trying to maximize the value of the panels on your roof, the numbers are great right now, and you want to lock this in. You want to get your application in by December 31st of this year. Just reach out to us. One of our solar guides will work with you to start helping you through that process.
Hey, Mackenzie here. You've got questions. I've got answers. Where can you shop a great selection of Kias, including Sportage, Forte, Seltos, and Telluride, and Ganley? And where can you get up to $7,500 off a new Kia? Ken Ganley, West Virginia's #1 Kia dealer. I-79, exit 125 in Bridgeport. I want to see ya in a Ken Ganley Kia.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means I cherish my memories, but I don't just look back on them. I look forward to the chance to make new ones every day with Verzenio. Verzenio is proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant. Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. I'm making future memories every day with Verzenio. Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Careful, watch your step. Do you have any theories about the murder?
Oh, I leave those to the experts, Lieutenant. I'm only a mystery writer. I'm not a detective.
Wanted fugitive Gonzalo Martinez has put his freedom on the line while trying to cross the border into the U.S. He's surrounded by armed Border Patrol agents. and he doesn't see a way out.
So I take the fingerprint, and they're waiting for the results to come back. And all these guards are still behind me. I'm still thinking about running.
All right. Okay, so come back to tell who you are.
Before he can react, the results come back.
Whatever fingerprint came up, either it wasn't mine, or the warrant wasn't on. I don't know. But it did. I'm sure if it would have said I was wanted, they would have arrested me. They didn't.
Well, we have nothing to hold you on right now, but...
The agent tells Martinez he can't cross. Martinez knows he's playing with fire.
Come back around here.
He's not willing to push his luck any further and asks if he can leave.
I'm walking out, trying to walk fast because I don't know if they're going to come back and say, hey, come back or something. So I'm trying to walk fast. I'm pretty much jogging my way back across. I get back across and just happy.
Martinez returns home and slips back into his life of drug dealing and partying. August 2002. Martinez heads to a house party in Barnes.
We're at a house party, me and my friends, and one of my friends got into a jam, to a beef with another rival group of drug dealers.
The confrontation escalates.
It just happened at the heat of the moment, and the shooting took place. A few people were shot. And I was arrested on the scene of the crime.
Martinez, using his fake paperwork, is tried for the murders as a Mexican citizen. And Mexican officials don't discover his outstanding warrant from the United States. But it isn't long before U.S. law enforcement gets the break they need. The victim's family knows that Martinez is on the run.
They go to the judge and they tell him, he's an American. He ain't Mexican. He's on the run from the U.S. So now the FBI, Mexican gets involved. They start fingerprinting. They take off my shirt, pictures of my tattoos, and it comes out. They finally find out my real name.
After 21 months of the run, it's over for Martinez. Law enforcement have their fugitive. Political entanglements hold up the process. It takes 2 years to extradite Martinez back to the U.S. The case draws the attention of both governments.
President Fox down in Mexico was working with the State Department and Colorado and so on to bring this to a head and to get these all brought back to the state of Colorado.
When Mr. Martinez was extradited, this was a fairly rare thing. So it indicates the U.S. government cared very deeply about this, and the Mexican government took a real hard decision and decided to cooperate.
Martinez is willing to do anything to avoid extradition. He wants to stay in Mexican prison because he knows he can buy his way out. Even behind bars, he's trying to manipulate the system.
I knew prison was my only option, but it was either in Mexico or in the U.S. So I tried to catch cases in prison in Mexico. I stabbed inmates. I caught drug cases. I was selling drugs in prison, and they wouldn't charge me. They said, we're not going to charge you. We know you're trying to stop your extradition.
May 2004. Smokey Kurtz gets the call he's been waiting for.
I'd received a call from the Inspector General, and I was in Pueblo on some business, and received a call from him and said, "You got your passport." What for? He said, "You're going to go to Mexico City and bring back Gonzalo Martinez." So it was total shock.
Martinez is put on a commercial flight for the trip from Mexico City to Denver, and he's still looking for a way out.
His one question to me was, well, what happens if I get unruly? And I said, well, do you know how to fly this airplane? He said, no. I said, well, then you better remain in your seat.
After almost 3 years on the run, Martinez is brought into custody and taken to Centennial Correctional Facility in Canyon City, Colorado, a maximum security prison.
He'll have to serve the remainder of the sentences that he had in place at the time, which were for the attempted murders. On top of that, I believe he has a 12-year sentence for the escape. So he's got a considerable amount of time that he's going to do. Nowadays, a cold case is something we don't stop on. We're never going to stop until we find guys like this because of the danger.
Martinez almost got away with it. And in case he's thinking about a repeat performance, the Department of Corrections is prepared.
He's going to stay at a higher custody level for quite some time. We are going to keep an eye on it. Certainly, he's escaped before. He could escape again.
For Martinez, there's no remorse, only pride.
You look at it a lot different. Maybe it really hasn't been done. You know, it's a dream to escape from prison, especially when you have nothing to lose and you're stuck here for life.
Perfect. Great job. Check it out. Let's go take a look. What is that?
The moment I loved our Subaru Outback most was the moment they walked away from it. And that's why our family will only drive a Subaru. Get special low rates on a new Subaru Outback for a limited time.
Danger? Why pay another firm 40%? Our fee is only 25%.
So what's the difference between a 25 and a 40% fee?
Say this is your settlement of $100,000. Another firm would charge you 40%. That's almost half your settlement. Our fee is only 25%. So you would get this much more.
Call us. 888-9820. We've got your back, not your wallet. Somebody's gonna need a bigger wallet.
Hendricks James invites you to follow your curiosity. Hendricks James, refreshing series.
For more than 2,400 miles of scenic byways, for strengthening bonds in nature and at the table, for helping you walk through history and create your own. You're welcome.
And you're welcome to come see all that Maryland has to offer. This is Governor Wes Moore inviting you to shake up how you vacation. Listen, just go to visitmaryland.org and plan your trip.
If you're living with HIV, imagine being good to go without daily HIV pills. Good to go, unscripted. Good to go on a whim. With Cabenuva, there's no pausing for daily HIV pills. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete, long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider just 6 times a year. Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems, mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. With Cabenuva, you're good to go. Ask your doctor about switching.
You guys mind sticking around to help paint? We'll grab pizza and beer.
Oh, you got a lot of balls. Do it yourself with Glid. Robert Fester paint your walls. Do it yourself with Glid. You don't need to be a pro. Do it yourself with Glid. Now you got that Glidden Glow. Do it yourself with Glid.
You could have just said no.
Glidden, the official paint of do-it-yourself.
Available at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Happy Valentine's Day, Mom. You guys good?
Claudette had lots of friends. She was very active in school. She was very generous. She loved animals. Absolutely loved animals.
She was about 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighed about 90 pounds. Brunette, an attractive young lady. High school graduate, attending college.
We're doing all right. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Are you still coming? Of course I'm still coming. I can't wait to see you. I have some big news. Claudette, I don't want to interrupt you. Don't be ridiculous. I'm coming. And tell Dad I have a special Valentine for him. She's bringing you a Valentine. So will we expect you by supper? Absolutely. Oh, but Mom, I'm bringing a guest with me. Oh, really? Anyone we know? Not well enough, but you will. Okay. Okay. Love you. See you soon. Love you. Bye.
The conversation I had with Claudette, she was coming home, and she was all excited.
Claudette Physick is in her second year of studying architecture at Southern Tech here in Marietta, Georgia, and it's been an intense semester of study.
Claudette, hey, wait up. So where are you running off to?
Oh, I'm heading to my parents for the long weekend.
Aren't they in South Carolina?
Trenton, near Augusta. It's like way out there.
So, what's the big occasion?
Now that's a secret.
If you say so.
I'm over here. Gotta run. See you later, John.
Will ya? Drive safe.
It was, I think, about a 3-hour trip. I would have put her there at 4:35, somewhere, depending on traffic.
When she didn't arrive, you just figure, well, maybe she got a flat tire or something. And we waited and waited, and then there was nothing.
I'm not going to sit around waiting like this. You stay by the phone. I'm going to start heading back up I-4.
I'm going with you. I'll call the Ramseys, and they can sit by the phone in case she comes.
Okay, I'll bring the car out front.
When she didn't come home that night, Craig and I got in the car and we rode down to I-20 because it was the first time she would have been coming out to the farm. So I thought maybe she got lost or the car broke down. And Craig and I went in and out of all the exits. And we went down about halfway and she wasn't there.
Claudette was a very independent person, and her vehicle broken down on the side of the road. I'm quite certain that she would have known how to change a tire.
When the morning arrives, with still no sign of their daughter, the Physicks call the campus police in Marietta, who notify Cobb County Police. The missing persons case falls to Detective Mike Christopher.
Got info on that car. You ran the plates? Yep. 1988 Chevy S10 pickup. South Carolina plates. I ran an APB, but it's Carolina plates.
This should loop in the GBI as well. Should be across the state line right now.
That same morning, Agent Fred Mays of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation goes to visit the physics house.
Claudette's a responsible girl. She's got a sensible head on her shoulders. I just can't figure out who she's married to.
And why she hasn't called. She was driving up here alone, so far as we know.
Well, she did mention she might be bringing a guest with her.
Well, I'm going to want any names of her friends that you can think of, and any numbers you might have.
I don't really know any of her friends over at the college, but let me check with her brothers.
Claire and I were very close. Both lived in Atlanta still. We spent a lot of time together. Talked on the phone. Did a lot of things together.
Claudette was very social. She dated, got along well with everybody. Was not known to abuse drugs or alcohol to the extent that it could cause her to become a victim of a violent crime.
These keys, always tricky.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, sure thing. My daughter's room was this neat. Oh, man, that girl's just got posters of boys all over the walls. That makes me nervous, you know? It's like, why do you need all of these posters?
Not much out of place, huh? What's not to struggle with this?
Right. Is that a diary?
No. Valentine's Day card, name, number, John Kurtz.
Hi, what? Sorry. Hi. I'm
Angela, hi. Detective Mike Christopher. Thanks for coming.
Oh, God. Is Claire all right? I swear we
I'm
can't.
sure she's fine, but she didn't show up at her parents yesterday, and we're just worried about her, that's all.
And Jason is with her?
Who's Jason?
That's Jason Madigan, her boyfriend, right? Is she supposed to be with her?
I'm not sure. Yeah, he was supposed to be with her to meet her parents. She's been all excited about it. She's really crazy about it.
How are they? Oh.
Disgusting. No, I mean that in a good way. Like they're totally terrified.
And she's a student.
Nope. They met at work at a pet store up in Buckhead. He lives around here. Do you want a diet soda?
Thanks. Was there anyone else Claudette's been arguing with and have a problem with it?
No, really. She's ultra sweet. No one can ever stay mad at it. Actually, okay, there's this guy, Michael Braddock, I think his name is. He and Claudette had a thing a while back.
What about him?
I don't know. Okay, he's cute, you know, but like, kind of sketchy. He's one of those brooding dudes. Anything bad happened to her when he passed her, I guess.
She broke up with him, and they said, to really look at this guy, because if something happened to her, he was the one that probably did.
So where can I find this Michael?
Same place, they all work up at that store. Okay.
Interesting. She works with her boyfriend and her ex. Might make for an interesting workplace.
You gonna head over there next? That's what I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over there next. Go for pistol call? Where?
Well, it's no longer in existence, but it was called Techwood Homes, and very, bad area.
Tell responding units to stand by. I don't want anybody breathing on the vehicle until I get there. Thanks for waiting. Anyone approach the vehicle?
Nothing's out in here.
Stay put.
We ask AI to make a commercial that would make you laugh. Here you go. AI can get us funny ideas for tomorrow. But what it can't do is protect you if you've been hurt by a truck. So if you've been hurt by a truck, you still need to call on their
You weren't made for moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. Number one prescribed Entyvio is. It's the most prescribed biologic for Crohn's and UC. In clinical trials, Entyvio helped many people achieve long-term relief and remission. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. Although unlikely, a risk of PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Liver problems can occur. Ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio, the treatment prescribed to more people with Crohn's and UC than any other biologic. Entyvio.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lager, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors.
This summer's hottest blockbuster isn't a movie. It's a spicy new rat from Jimmy John's, starring Ghost Pepper Cheese and introducing Firecracker Chips. The reviews are predicting this summer it's going to be a hot one. Jimmy John's new Firecracker Rat.
Like your love.
Kia
a diamond that never stops. Unstoppable love, exclusively at K.
We reached a settlement with First Energy. Everybody's solar system will keep getting a 1-to-1 credit on the bill through the year 2050. So if you're trying to maximize the value of the panels on your roof, the numbers are great right now, and you want to lock this in. You want to get your application in by the time for year. Just reach out to us. One of our solar guides will work with you to start helping you through that process.
Hey, Mackenzie here. You got questions. I've got answers. Where can you shop a great selection of Kias, including Sportage, Forte, Seltos, and